So we're working on heel with Gunnar, both on and off leash, and this is so important because it is a true leadership exercise. If your dog is dragging you all over the place on the walk, that's obviously a problem. But if your dog is even walking 2 inches ahead of you and you're trying to get them to back up and they refuse to listen to you and they want to push ahead, that's a problem. And that is a lot of times overlooked by owners. They don't necessarily realize how big of a deal it is when they can't get their dogs to walk in heel because their dog is saying, I'm not going to listen to you and I'm going to walk up here anyway, and what are you going to do about it? That's huge, because if they think that they can walk where they want to walk, then they don't have to listen to you at any other time. So if you look at an owner walking their dog, it's a big tell into what that relationship looks like at all other times of the day.
That's a very good point. The easiest way to do it with the leash, to keep it nice and clear to the dog and easy on us, we have our leash. I keep it short but not tight, and as soon as I feel like he's pushing the position, I just apply a little pressure on the leash to tell him where to go, and if he's not listening to that pressure, I'm giving a tap on the collar. So, for example, I'll put a little pressure here, tap on the collar, okay? So he learns, don't let the leash get tight. You know, from his perspective, he doesn't feel anything as far as the leash is concerned, but as soon as he goes out of position, the leash starts to get tight. And if he doesn't respect that boundary, there's going to be a correction on the e-collar. So the easiest way to correct really would be to give a little guidance, you're kind of using these at the same time. You're moving them back, and if he's resisting, you're going to correct here. If he continues to push, you're just going to correct and move him back, right? Tap, direct, tap, direct. But you can see he's doing well. He's respecting that boundary. He's not allowing this leash to get tight. It's nice and loose, right? That means I can move him around if I need to. If I need to say, come on over here, I can. But as soon as he's in position, there's no tension. That's a big mistake that a lot of people make, is they try to hold the dog there. So there's constant tension.
Mm-hmm. And one of the first things I noticed at his drop off was first I noticed he was barking from the car, and then they let him out of the car and he dragged them to me. It's like, oh, right. You don't even need to tell me the issues.
Them to you.
Yes, you don't even need to tell me the issues because I can already see everything that's wrong. So if he feels powerful enough to do that, to bark without any consequence, to drag without any consequence, are you shocked at all that he's nipping people?
Not at all.
No.
In fact, one of the most common, I would say the number one reason or cause for bites in our profession, at least from what we see, is an entitled dog. A lot of the biting dogs that we see are from dogs who are just really pushy and really entitled, but also those dogs tend to be really insecure because, you know, they really do need a leader, but they're trying to lead, so their responses to situations are a bit overreactions. So yes, a lot of the biting dogs we see are just entitled, pushy, bratty dogs.
Yeah.
They're not what people think. Oftentimes you talk to any person, they're going to say the biting dog must be an extremely fearful dog who was beaten all its life and mistreated.
No, and Gunnar was never abused. He's come from a very loving home. However, Josh, you met him when he was 12 weeks old. He's been very pushy since the start. Right. And pushy puppies become adult, usually nippy dogs.
Doggy biters.
Yep.
Doggy biters. Absolutely, because dogs bite to correct, right? They're just going to correct people. That's what they do.
Yep, and it is a full-time job to maintain leadership over Gunnar. So you have to remember that. You need to exercise leadership in moments that you don't need it, so that when the time comes where you really do need it, he's practiced at it.
That's right. That should just be your relationship dynamic, right? If you understand, if you can identify when he's being disrespectful and you can correct it, it's just kind of built into the relationship.
So what does that look like? Correcting barking, not letting him rush in and out of doors.
Anything
calm crate
demanding.
manners, don't drag you. He comes when called, he lays down, he doesn't complain, he's corrected for anything you don't like. Now, when he meets a new person, he's more concerned with his opinion, your opinion of his behavior than he is that new person, so you won't see the biting.
No, you won't. It really is that simple.
Yep.
We're just saying on a scale from what we've seen.
Yep, he's mild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he still is absolutely at label as aggressive though.
Oh yeah.
Because you're gonna get bit by him.
Yep.
if you start to disagree with him before this training.
So now we have a motivation to get in the car. So Josh usually will spend a little time working on heel here.
Good, I just want some respect.
See, everything stop and pause. He's not dragging him anywhere. He's not
Nice.
jumping in without permission.
Good
Nice.
dog. Good boy.